How to stop talking to yourself. Have you ever found yourself talking to yourself? Although conversing with yourself can actually be a sign of good health, you may also find that it disrupts your life and the lives of others at certain times. 1. There are a number of ways to learn to stop talking to yourself and to think about why you do it in the first place. Assessing your self-talk. Figure out whether the self-talk is your own self or a different voice. If you are hearing an audible voice that is not your own, consult a mental health professional, as this may be a sign of a more serious psychological issue. One way to determine whether the voice is yours is to determine whether you are responsible for it. If you are not responsible for the voice, e.g., are you thinking, making, and saying the words consciously, and if you have no clue what this voice will say next, this could be a sign of a mental disorder, such as schizophrenia, depression or psychosis. Other symptoms of a mental disorder include hearing more than one voice, experiencing non-verbal thoughts, visions, tastes, scents and touches that you didn't call into existence, experiencing the voices as a waking dream that feels real, experiencing voices that are present all day and that negatively impact your daily functioning, e.g., you become isolated and withdrawn, or the voices threaten you if you don't do what they say. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms during your periods of self-talk, it's important that you consult a mental health professional in order to rule out a psychiatric disorder that could be adversely affecting your life and health. Examine the content of your self-talk. What kinds of things are you talking to yourself about? Are you narrating the day? Are you planning what you need to do next? Are you talking about something that happened recently? Are you reciting lines from a movie? Self-talk is not necessarily a bad thing. Articulating your thoughts can help you organize them. It can also help you think through things more carefully, particularly when making a tough decision, like where to go to college or whether or not to buy this gift or that gift for someone. 3. Assess whether your self-talk is generally positive or negative. Positive self-talk can actually be good for you in situations where you want to feel highly motivated, such as a job interview or intense workout. Telling yourself, "You've got this, you can do it," can make you feel good and give you a positive boost of self-confidence before you do something important. You can be your own cheerleader. In this way, some occasional self-talk can be healthy. However, if your self-talk is mainly negative, where you typically rebuke and criticize yourself, e.g., "Why are you so stupid? You never do anything right," etc., this may be a sign of an underlying psychological or emotional problem. 5. In addition, if your self-talk is repetitive and focuses on something negative that happened to you, this may be a sign of a tendency to ruminate. For example, if you were recently in a small tiff with a coworker and you spend the next 2 hours thinking of and talking to yourself about all the things you should have said, this is not healthy. It is ruminating and dwelling on the issue. 6. Assess how your self-talk makes you feel. We can all be a little nutty, and that's fine. But in order to keep yourself mentally healthy, you need to make sure that this habit is in fact just a quirky habit and not negatively impacting how you feel about yourself or how you function in your daily life. Ask yourself these questions. Do I frequently feel concerned or guilty about how much I talk to myself? Does my self-talk make me sad, mad, or anxious? Is me talking to myself such a big problem that I try to avoid public situations to prevent embarrassment? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you should consult a counselor or other mental health professional. A licensed mental health professional can help you reflect on why you talk to yourself and work with you to develop strategies to bring the habit under control. Assess how others respond to your self-talk. Consider whether and how others have reacted when they see you talking to yourself. Chances are that most people won't even really notice that you do it. However, if you often notice certain reactions from the people around you, this may be a sign that your self-talk is disruptive to others or that these individuals are concerned about you and your mental and social functioning. Ask yourself these questions. Do people give me weird looks while I'm walking around? Do people often ask me to quiet down? Is the first thing someone hears from me is me talking to myself? Have my teachers ever recommended me to the school counselor? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you should consult a counselor or other mental health professional. In their reactions, people may be expressing concern for your well-being. However, it's also important to note that you may be disrupting others when you self-talk and that you may need to get this habit under control for the sake of your social relationships.